What's good, JPeeps, and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be looking through the highlights of my league race for MRL in Singapore. Just before we get into the third race this season though, let's have a recap of how the first two races have gone. In the season opener we were in Bahrain and we came home in a solid P6, and then the second race was in Japan where we secured a podium spot finishing in P3. This means after 2 weeks we are sitting third in the championship with 23 points. Now let's get into Singapore. So into qualifying we go. This was a track that initially I didn't feel too confident on. It's another one of those tricky street circuits. But as we'll see as the video goes on, I actually grew in confidence around this track. But my qualifying pace is my 1 lap pace is never that great, and there's a lot of fast Donnies in here. So a top 10 for me in qualifying I'm happy with, but we went out on a soft. I actually set the purple first there. Must have been early on in qualifying. I felt like I wanted to, if I was outside the top 10, I was going to try a medium to soft strategy, or medium soft, try and get some pace at the end of the race. I know a lot of people are one stopping these days, but just not really a big fan of the hard tyres. As we come through, we see one of the cars taking evasive action to get out of our way. I really appreciate that. Into sector 2, again, we're coming up to some traffic, but again, people get out of the way. Respect. Into sector 3, I do actually like this track. It's a difficult track, but it's quite a fun one if you get it right. And I felt like I had decent control of the car throughout qualifying and the race, so was happy with the pace. Not so much in qualifying, but we'll see as we come around the last few sectors, the last few corners, what sort of time we're putting in. Almost lose it in the end as well. So that is a P11. So just outside the top 10, meaning, it's not the end of the world actually, because it means that we can select our tyres, select our strategy. So here we see the standings, and once everyone did set their times, we were in a P13. Again, not the end of the world. Fat weed on pole. So this was the strategy. We were thinking medium, soft. Stretching the tyre, the softs to 10 laps was going to be a bit of a challenge, I can't lie, but I just wanted to see how far we could go with the mediums. So into the race start, and it's 5 lights, and we're underway. Race 3, Singapore. Can we make it 3 consecutive points finishes? A 6th and a 3rd is not bad to start off the season. As we get a little bumpy. It's almost impossible to avoid Zohan, as there was a bit of carnage there. I don't know how we avoided damage, but we somehow did. And now we're on the back of Days Chuck, who is on hard, so he's looking probably like he's going to go for a 1-stop. Get a good exit out as we come here by. I was very aware I didn't want to cause any incident, so I backed out of that, knowing it's a long race. We've got 31 laps, and we actually do get a chance to have a run at Days here. We make it stick. Fair play to Days as well. Hard but clean racing puts us up to P13. So I think we actually lost places in the start, but we're now into P13, chasing down Norm Bash. Quite a lot of hard runners, so a lot of people going for the 1-stop. Like I said, I opted for the 2. Did want a bit of pace on the softs towards the end, but I wanted a good stint on the mediums. We had a good stint on the mediums last race, so I wanted to try and replicate that. Norm having a good old scrap with Zohan just outside the points as we come through in the final sector of lap 1. No damage. Again, I don't know how we didn't get any damage in that first turn 1 incident. Very, very lucky indeed. I think some cars must have had damage. We'd sent the fastest lap. As there are yellow flags, and that's a turned around Echo. That corner took a lot of casualties. Actually, it was surprising. And then there's another spinner there as well. Skido into the wall. So both Astons spinning within 3 corners. Not a good start to the race for the Aston Martin boys. Didn't cause a safety car though. So that bumps us up into P11, battling Norm for P10 for that points position. Already I'm feeling more comfortable than I was. I was surprised myself. I felt a bit more comfortable around the track. I had more grip than I thought I would have. It was nice to be challenging people as Norm gets a bit of a ropey exit and we do challenge him here. The same corner that we got Days, we move up into P10. So a nice little move there. Now we chase down Zohan, who's on the hards. He's scrapping with Tolby for P8 at the moment. Lap 4 now, and we're in P10 still. We're chasing down Pogs. We're about to get the run on Pogs, and the safety car comes out at just the wrong time. We were just about to get a nice little run on Pogs. We're about to pop the DRS open, but Skido's out of the race, causing a safety car. Now, a lot of people I know were pitting, but we opted to stay out on the mediums. We wanted to stick with the strategy, and because of this, we are now in P3. Zohan and Tolby in front of us. Also, neither of them had pitted. I don't think Norm had either. Here for the restart. We will get a decent little getaway. Tolby filling in. He just raced in Tier 3 as well in Singapore, so coming into Tier 2 and leading the race. Tolby showing great pace in Tier 3 as well. You should check out those races. They are at around 11 p.m. UK time on Sundays. My race is MRL. Tier 2 is around midnight Sunday, and then Tier 1 is around 1 a.m. But twitch.tv/Junior Parallel if you ever want to check out those races, as we are chasing down Zohan. We want to battle for these podium spots. Obviously, no, we haven't pitted yet. Zohan has a little wobble. I'd have a look, but I don't fancy putting my nose in, as Norm Bash is behind us and Fatweed closing in as well. On to lap 9. Fatweed has got past us now, and Gibbsy's having a look at us also. Both those boys on fresher tyres. We know our battle aren't with these boys, but I want to give it a good go. I'm trying to defend like a lion. Gibbsy is all in my rear mirror. But we defend well, as Fatweed up ahead is battling Zohan. We're giving a good account of ourselves. About a third, just under a third of the way into the race. Keeping these mediums, it's a big important stint on these mediums. Very important. As up top there is a huge crash. Zohan going into the wall. That little section is so tricky. And Zohan absolutely eating the wall. I don't know how he didn't DNF there. No safety car either, so he must have just lost his front wing. But that pushes us up back into the podium spots. Fatweed putting him under pressure, as Gibbsy is putting me under pressure. He wants that podium spot. We're doing our bit though. We're doing our bit. We're defending, having a good old scrap. As we go under the bridge and into the last few corners. And there is the virtual safety car coming out. So safety car is very, very common around this track. And we have another safety car here as Tolby pits for fresher tyres. I again opt to stay out. Lap 10 and the virtual safety car is ending. I'm just trying to watch that delta. But unfortunately, I do not watch it enough, and I do not learn from my mistakes as I get another drive-through penalty. You can see I'm absolutely seething in the bottom right-hand corner there. 2 races in a row, we've got drive-through penalties under virtual safety cars. I can complain all I want, but ultimately I need to be watching that delta. I need to not be making any stupid mistakes, and all of our hard work has sort of gone diminished now because we've got a drive-through, so it's sort of got rid of all that hard work, but that's fine. We'll serve the drive-through. We'll learn from our mistakes. And we will come back again. It's just that delta is right at the end, right as the safety car's ending. You have to really be watchful of it as we serve the drive-through penalty straight away. Still fuming. Still absolutely fuming, I am. I'll learn. I will learn. Don't worry. It's a shame because we had a really good stint on the mediums. Really good first 10 or 11 laps or so. That's fine as we come out in P12 behind Tolby. So if we had just pitted then, and that was our pit stop rather than a drive-through, we would come out behind Tolby. It would have been a good little first stint, but that's fine. We move on. Onto lap 11, and yet again another safety car. This was actually really good timing. So we just come out. Safety car was caught. I can't remember who it was that was out, but that means that we could come in onto the softs. So that does help us out a little bit. We begin the double stint on the softs, although we do get caught behind our teammate here in the pits as he's changing his front wing as well. We lost a lot of time here. He's changing his front wing, and then as I'm coming in, the Ferrari pit boys just sort of fancy pissing around for a bit, and then they decide to change my tyres finally. 6.2 second stop. We were in the pits for way over 30 seconds. Lap 13, and we are resuming racing. We are in P15 behind Pogs on fresh softs. I think I was the only runner on softs at this point in the race, nearly halfway through the race. So had to make this stint count, but also had to get these softs to at least lap 20, lap 21 if I wanted to do another stint on the softs. As we get a nice little exit, we're challenging Pogs here. We go up the inside. Get the move done, up into P14. Let's go straight onto AJ Rose. Tell you what, the difference from when you are on old worn tyres, then you go onto the softs is mental. You feel so rapid. Feel way more confident, but like you have a lot more grip. As we have a cheeky little look at AJ, but we actually force him into the mistake, and then he backs out. Very nice driving from him to back out that, as he knew he didn't have the racing line. And that's 2 positions made up on the opening lap of the restart. And all of a sudden we have slow in front of us. Nice little battle as we make a beautiful move between Slow and Normbash here. A nice little move. Norm comes up the inside. I don't know what had happened to him. That was very uncharacteristic of him, so I assume something had gone wrong, maybe with his pedals, but luckily we get served no damage with a beautiful little move in between the two. And that's 4 places made up in the space of 1 lap, and we are flying. Up ahead we've got Arthur and Zohan, who both have time penalties as well. And we are on the faster, fresher tyres. Can we get in and amongst it? We're in P11 at the moment, trying to battle for P10 and for those points. As we see behind us, Fatweed goes into the wall. I think he lost it into turn 1. Fatweed into the wall. We're going to stick with this battle though. We're chasing down Arthur for that 10th spot. It looks like we're battling for low points now because of that drive through, but points are points at the end of the day. Have a little look. That's not a place to make a move though. Almost lose the car. Cheeky bit of oversteer. Need to not get complacent here. We've got a nice little gap from Pogs behind us, and a huge crash. A huge crash between Moldy and Tolby, we think. Debris absolutely everywhere on the track, and that is yet again another safety car. It's a shame because Tolby was running well in his Tier 2 debut. But nonetheless, that's a couple places where we have benefited. We're back up to P6. With the safety car restart, we actually almost lose it here on entering the straight. Don't have a good exit at all. And we are on the defensive. As again, that same corner, Pogs loses it this time into the wall. No safety car though, just a yellow flag. So that's a shame. You get on the accelerator a little bit too early there, and you pay the consequences. Lap 19. Softs are feeling rough at this point. We've had them on for about 8 or 9 laps. We're in P6. We've got Gibbsy in front of us, but more importantly, we've got Punju behind us, putting on the pressure as he takes a move around the outside. Nice little move from Punju there. We try and respond if we can. He's got fresher medium tyres though, so sticking with him was a bit tough. We actually go a bit deep into that corner as well. We want to try and stick with them as much as we can. Try and get DRS if we can off them, so they don't fly off into the distance. Obviously, we know we've got another pit stop in us. A couple of the cars in front probably have a pit stop in them as well, but our softs are feeling very, very rough at this point. Let's go around here. Punju actually hits the wall, probably gets side pod damage there. Lucky not to fully spin. But yeah, you can even see I couldn't even take advantage then. That's how worn the softs were. Next lap, lap 20. Our tyres are feeling really ropey now. We've lost a couple of positions. P8, it's time to pit. Put on these fresh softs. It's gonna be tough ask pushing them 10 laps, but we will see what we can do. Maybe get the luck of one more safety car, but I wanted to try and push the softs. I knew I could just about maintain them 10 laps, and I wanted to have a bit of pace, so I thought, you know what, let's go for it. Let's see what we can do. We come out P14, huge gap to Pogs behind us. Now it is about the chase, hunting down the 2 McLarens in front of us. Can we get points? Can we make it 3 points finishes in a row to start off the season? Let's find out. 10 laps to go, fresh softs. Let's do it. Lap 27, so 7 laps later. It took us a while. It took us a while to hunt down the pack, but we are eventually with them now. Normbash in front of us. A few people pitted, so we are up into P11 now. 3 laps to go. Normbash in front, then slow. The 2 cars, we made the beautiful move in between them. Can we get involved? Can we get involved? We've got Zohan behind us as well. He's just put on fresh off, so he's going to be absolutely rapid. He has got a 6-second penalty as well, though Normbash has got 3 seconds in front of us. Still a ways away. About a second behind the cars in front, but we're trying to just get involved, get that DRS open if we can. Through sector 2, Norm goes a little bit wide. Can we make the move on him? No, we threaten the move. That might have caused a mistake from Norm. He tried to cover it off. He bashes into the wall, and that is a rough collision for Norm. But that pushes us into the points. P10, as now we chase down Slow, who is on old hards, but then at this point we're on old softs as well. So it's going to be a interesting scrap we have on our hands. Zohan's still behind us as well, catching. As the tyres are 30 to 40% worn, they're feeling rough. But I still feel, even though the tyres were worn, I still felt quite confident, which surprised me. Zohan now right on our tails. Fresh softs, 6-second penalty though. As we go onto the straight, and we enter lap 29. I almost lose it there going onto the straight. Zohan takes fastest lap. Thinks about the overtake, but yields. We're still trying to get a move on slow as we go up the inside. Nice little move. Temporarily pushes up to P9, but you feel like that position will not be held for long as Zohan has DRS, fresh softs. A nice little move on slow though, I'll take that. Puts us to P9 temporarily, but then there goes Zohan back up into P9 himself. We move down to P10. Yet again, just defending that 1 point. Zohan almost loses it, and he's going to fly off into the distance. Later on in the same lap, Zohan's already got a couple seconds on us. As we almost lose the rear, those softs are just gone. They are gone. I am struggling struggling, almost lose it again. Slow makes a move up the outside, makes it stick as there are yellow flags, and that is a crashed Zohan on the straight. He just put in the fastest lap as well, but he is out, and that pushes us up into P10. So that was P11 with Slow overtaking us, but we're back up to P10 now. Onto the final lap. Can we get past Slow? Can we try and make a move for that P9? Maybe that extra point will be important come the end of the season, but the tyres are about 50% worn by now. They are rough. They are feeling very, very ropey. We do get DRS. We're gaining, but we don't want to throw anything out there. Don't want to ruin a race, mine or Slow's. After a good little battle, we had a couple meetings with Slow throughout the race. Get a nice little exit there though, but this track's so hard to. It's a difficult one to overtake on. Again, another good exit. A cheeky look, a little look up the inside, but we back out. Yeah, respect to Slow. We had a good scrap throughout the race. Actually, it came together 3 or 4 times. Maybe one last look on him on the last DRS straight. He's already got 7 tenths up. It's Fatweed takes the dub. There is a McLaren getting out of the way, getting lapped. Coming through the last few corners. Under the bridge. Yeah, it's looking like a P10 now. Tyres are over 50% worn. I mean, we rode those softs well. If it wasn't for that drive-through penalty, I honestly think we would have been battling for like a P6, P5 because we didn't have any penalties either, and I know a few of the top runners did have penalties, so it's a case of what could have been with this race. But again, that's my own mistake. I need to focus on when that VSC is ending, keeping that delta low. So that could have been another top 6 finish. Could have been 3 in a row potentially to start the season, but it is 10th. It is a point. We could keep up the point streak as you see the running there. Fatweed did get the dub, but he must have had a penalty, so Echo gets the victory. Gibbsy rounding off the podium places. Greasy in 4th, Chitty in 5th. Mordy in 6th, Tactical in 7th, Punju in 8th. So I think Punju had a late spin because he was up there as well. Slow in 9th, and we round up the top 10. And looking at the championship now for MRL, I have moved down to P4. Well, technically P5, but there is a reserve driver in front of me. I'm 24 points, so 3 races, 3 points finishes. But we continue to have a good start to the season. Echo leading with 50 points, Fatweed with 38, Moldy in 3rd, and then Budweiser in 4th, but he is a reserve, so technically a 4th for myself. But a good start to the season nonetheless. A good race, a competitive race, a race of what could have been, but we learn from those mistakes. Next up, it is USA. So let's see if we can continue the point streak. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like. Let me know if you have any input on if you're enjoying the way I'm giving you these videos. If you want any other audio added, if you want longer highlights, shorter highlights. I'm enjoying this process, a bit of seeing what you guys like. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video. As always, I'll leave the links to MRL's Discord if you want to get involved. They're continuously growing, they're doing bits. I'll also leave the links to the commentary, the commentators Punju and Righty, and then I'll leave my own links as well, twitch.tv/juniorparado